Welcome back to the Mad Spiderverse. I'm Mad Spidey. Thank you once again for tuning in on my channel. So today is going to be another one of my statue collection videos. Now, if you're seeing this for the first time, you don't know what my statue collection video series is. Basically, I have over the years compiled quite a lot of statues, all Bowen Designs statues. Now, if you've never heard of Bowen Designs, obviously a lot of people have heard of Sideshow and XM and all these other ones. There's like hundreds of them now. Bowen was one of the premier statue companies in the early to mid 90s to early 2000s. Had the Marvel license and literally just ran rampant for, probably a good 10 to 15 years, maybe even a little bit longer. And then obviously, no longer around, unfortunately, but I amassed quite a collection, and thus I show you a piece every single episode. Now, obviously, if you want to check out other pieces that I have, other videos that I've seen, I will leave a playlist link in the last end shot, the end screen, if you do want to check out any of the other ones. But today, it will be another one of the mini-busts. So I have the full-size statue range and the mini-bust statue range. And then they're all in storage. So I pretty much just I pick and choose a little bit, but majority of it is just sort of grabbing the next one in the pile sort of thing. Like sometimes I try and go, oh, maybe I'll do this one because I've forgot about this one, or I really like this one and I want to try and do this one next, but it doesn't always happen because, as I said, a bit hard to get to. But anyway, and this is also proof that Bowen Designs really deep dived into the back catalogue of the Marvel Universe. They did a lot of, obviously, your mainstay characters. They had 5 phases over the years. So obviously, phase 1 went for X amount of years, and then they'll have a little bit of a hiatus, and then obviously improve and go to phase 2, so on and so forth. But obviously, the further the phases went, the more detailed stuff became. They always had the mainstays like Spider-Man and Iron Man and Hulk and Doctor Doom and like all your mainstay villains and heroes. But they do deep dive quite often, and this is prime example of. Obviously, this character has popped up recently, and I think in either the most recent or one of the last volumes of the She-Hulk books, comic books, and that is Jack of Hearts. So not necessarily your, as I said, mainstream character. Some people might not have even heard of Jack of Hearts. And before I get to the actual thing, a little quick side note. Obviously, me being, or used to be, an original art guy, there are some artists that if you are commissioning a character and they say, oh, what character would you like? People have their favorite characters, or they just, get what the artist is known for and things like that. A lot of artists will not draw Jack of Hearts because of the detail in the suit. They will refuse to do it, which I quite, as I said, a little bit of a side note. But back to this. So the Bowen Designs trademark grey box in the mini-bust. One side will basically have the pictures of whether there are multiple versions, because sometimes Bowen used to do like a classic and a modern, or 2 different versions depending on what it is. Like Quicksilver, he had the green suit, blue suit, so on and so forth. And then they give you the details of the sculpt, so the prototype, how tall it was, and things, and who sculpted the original and stuff like that. But unlike the full size, the mini bust actually has on the other side, it has a synopsis of the character himself. Generally, the first picture or the first comic book will be its first appearance, the character's first appearance, or it'll be somewhere close to it. And the bottom picture is generally a more modern book that the character appears in, closer to the release of the actual statue or mini bust. So the other thing of note is the small sticker on the bottom. This gives you your worldwide edition number. So this was 1,200. So they only made 1,200 of these, which is, in the mini bus especially, 1,200 is fairly low number actually, because some of them, you know, went to 5,000, even 10,000. Some of them obviously were a lot lower. There are some that are like 50 or 100, but 1,200 is fairly low in the average of the release. But this one was 373. Not that I was ever fussed about the number, I always just wanted the actual unit itself. Let's open it up, show you what it actually looks like. Alright, another quick note, which I do quite often. It'll say up, or it'll have the Bowen Designs symbol, so you know which way to open up the foam, so you're not sort of pulling it open and it just drops and breaks, obviously. So it's an all-in-one piece, there's no putting together or anything. But there he is. As he said, like, the suit is quite detailed and quite complex. And that's why I put that little extra sort of hint of artists not liking to draw the character. But as you can see, there's a little bit more detail in the base. You know, sometimes they just put a plain black base, nothing too fancy. Some of them have gone, you know, real fancy with. But this one not so much. But yeah, all the detail is literally in the suit. Which is, yeah, really, yeah, quite intricate is probably the way I'd say it. And obviously at the bottom gives you your edition number to match the box with all your trademark, copyright, sort of usual stuff. But there he is, Jack of Hearts. Yeah, not a character that's was around a lot early on. He sort of came and went sort of thing. Like, he never was a mainstay character. But yeah, obviously still I don't mind the suit actually. I think I like the intricacy and things like that. It's not just sort of plain, you know, plain black or plain blue and red or whichever. They actually did quite well with the design of that, but probably regretted it afterwards. But yeah, that will do for this particular video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do all the usual YouTube stuff. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. Leave a comment if you want to. Please hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. So anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.